Today is all about not getting lost and finding your way. What we're going to be doing is installing this Android Auto / Apple CarPlay device, showing you some features of it, and seeing what it's all about. Stay tuned. We're doing a little rebirth on the Timmy T7 here. It's been a while since it's been on an adventure, so we're just trying to get it all back ready, making some changes on the bike. And one of the changes we want to do is put an Android Auto / CarPlay device on it. This one is by HFK. It's the HC50 model. Pretty robust. I've looked at it a little bit, but I'm gonna drop a link in the description. You can read all the technical stuff to your heart's desire. It does have front and rear cameras, a few other features. We'll dive more into that once we get it on the bike. They sent us that, a sunshade for it, tire pressure monitoring system, a Bluetooth remote that goes on your handlebar or whatever. You can control the whole unit from this Bluetooth remote. And they also sent a mount for the T7 specifically. So I usually do most of the navigation, but Timmy wants to know where we're going, and in case something happens, he'll have navigation as well. So let me open this up off camera and we'll see what all comes in the box with the GPS or Android Auto / CarPlay device itself. There it is outside the first box. Pretty nice packaging, by the way. Pretty impressive. They got just your warranty cards, instruction manual, stuff like that in there. Here's the unit itself. The 6-inch unit, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, 6-inch unit. It's got all the wires on the back for your main power and your 2 camera mounts. You see how robust it is back there? I mean, this thing weighs a pretty good bit, probably about as much as like a Garmin or something like that. The Garmin's I'm not too familiar with, but I don't like the idea of a Garmin running on this. I've heard a lot of aggravation with it. These Android Auto / CarPlay devices, and we use Android based phones, but they will work with your CarPlay stuff. They've been good. I've been using one on mine, a different brand, for like, I don't know, 2.5 years, I guess, something like that. And it's been great. And I actually got another one on the way for my bike as well. And these things are they're really good, to be honest with you. There's the unit there. Let's see what else is in this box. We got, just throw that down. We got, this is all your mount, your wiring, all your little mounts and zip ties. It comes all in this box right here. And then you got 2 cameras. We'll try to open that up and see what the cameras look like. Get one out here. It's got little cameras. They got the mounts for them. They're supposed to be like 2K cameras, I think, something like that. But they'll record and loop, so you can use them as a dash cam. But you also can make recordings, put it onto a SD card, which I don't know if it's included or not. But you can actually use the footage from maybe YouTube or something. I don't know how good the camera quality will be, but we'll find out. That's pretty much all that comes in the boxes. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of the install, not a whole lot, because it's basically hooking the power wire up to the battery. It's got an inline fuse in it. You hook it up to the battery, run it up to the front, mount the GPS. We'll put in little clips here and there of that. Camera wiring is gonna be up to you and what kind of bike you got, but it'll work universal. It's got plenty enough wire for any kind of bike. The front and rear camera does have different length wires, so should be a pretty easy install. Mainly gonna show you the features of it once we get it on there, but we'll give you some little tips and pointers here and there. All right, first little part's done. Got the GPS or Android Auto, whatever you want to call it, mounted right here. It's about the angle it sits at on the itinerary, which is a pretty good angle in my opinion. Let's run all the wires through this thing right here, just like that. Front camera is already run. It's got to hide the wire. Front camera sitting right there. So if you got a T7, you can stick the sticky mount right up in there. There's your front camera. It shouldn't hit the fender or anything. And now we're gonna find out where we're gonna put the rear camera and run some wiring, but pretty slick mount up so far. And just to let you know, if you don't have a itinerary, they got a universal mount that comes in there, mount to a handlebar or something like that. But they might make other specific mounts for other bikes. I'm not sure of that, but like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You can check that. Right now, what we've done right here is we just put the camera on the back of the tag. We know that's not going to be a permanent position. We're probably going to put it on the rack when it gets the rack back on there. But it'll work for video purposes right now, and that's what we want to do. So now we got to do is run the main wiring, and it should be working. We'll show you some features of it. All right, we got everything hooked up. I'm just gonna show you this briefly, but your wiring, you got a positive, and we got to get this all tidy and neat. But you got a positive, a negative, and you got a accessory wire. We run the accessory wire into the fuse box. That way when your key comes on, the unit can be cut on so you don't kill your battery when you're don't forget to cut it off, so it won't kill your battery, because when your switch goes off, unit will go off. Rear camera, we run through here if you got a Tenry. So we're gonna put that under the back rack when it's done. Got the sunshade on there. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but it's there, so we're using it. Front camera is mounted. All the wiring will go neatly tucked up behind the windscreen. All this stuff will be zip tied, neatened up. We're just gonna do that at a later time. You got the valve cap tire pressure monitoring system on there. Now we're fixing to cut it on. You get it hooked up to Timmy's phone, and we'll see how it looks and see what kind of features it's got. I'm not completely familiar with it yet, but that shows you it's different, your top speed. It's got tire pressure right there. We ain't figured out exactly how to set those up yet, so I'll probably have to do a follow-up video on this at some point. It's got 13.1 volts on the battery. The remote's Bluetooth, so you just push OK right there. Flips you to another screen, total mileage, total time, average speed. Max temps 89 degrees right now here in South Carolina. Right there, as I told you, we got to figure out how to connect the front, set the tire pressures where we want, and I touch the screen, move it to another one. That shows you miles per hour, the direction you're traveling if you want to use that. Takes you back to that screen, sort of the same thing, max height, whatever you want to do there. Touch that, and you just make it, you can go through all kind of, say TPS is telling me the front match. You got GPS, time zones. It's all kind of different things on here. Let me see if I can figure out how to get those cameras right there. It's showing you the rear camera right there. You got a front camera view on the main and the split to the rear. And you got front showing Timmy right there. And then you got front up there, rear back here, and you can go to straight rear, which is pretty cool. It's showing a real wide view back there, so if you just wanted to run it as a rear view camera, you wouldn't have to use your mirrors really if you just wanted to look right there on that. So it shows you that, and you can go when you want to go there. You just recording right now. It's on loop recording, showing right there. It ain't got an SD card. It might be have some memory on the unit. I don't know that for sure, and I don't know what that does. It should take you to the Android Auto screen. That's going to show the Google Maps, and then you got touch that just like any other Android Auto, and it'll take you to your Gaia, all your stuff right there. So, well, touched it too many times. There's all your other stuff right there. So pretty simple, just like any other thing. You got to do some activation stuff. Not going through all the technical information because this ain't that kind of video, but you get the point. You just have to wire it however you want to wire it on your bike, set the camera up however you want to set the cameras up. Like I said, again, I'll drop a link in the description. Check all that technical information out to your heart's desire, get the price and all that stuff. And it's a pretty robust unit. Just take some time to play with. It's got a lot more stuff than the one I use on my bike does. So we'll figure it out and do an update video at some point, or tell you something about it in a travel video. Just stay tuned for more content, because we're going to be traveling to West Virginia soon. That's why we got the rebirth of the Tenry. Got some new tires going on it, new graphics. It's going to be a lot of stuff done to it. Center stand, all kind of stuff. So stay tuned for those videos, all the travel videos. And as always, appreciate y'all watching. If you hadn't already, hammer the shit out of that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be alerted when new content comes out. See y'all in the next one.